Welcome back to the Big Saturday Show. In the last 2 days, the suspected attacker who lunged at Republican Congressman and gubernatorial candidate Lee Zeldin with a weapon was arrested, released, and now re-arrested, hit with federal charges this time. But the mainstream media downplaying the story. Last night on network evening newscasts, ABC and CBS, they spent under 30 seconds on the story. NBC ignored it entirely. Zeldin is calling out the media for its hypocrisy of its coverage of Republicans versus Democrats.
I've been in Congress now since my 4th term, and over the course of these years, when you look at the Steve Scalise shooting, you look at Maxine Waters calling for confrontation from supporters to Trump administration officials at restaurants and movie theaters, or the Supreme Court justices who were being attacked at their homes and their residence, this doesn't fit the narrative. If the fact pattern flips on its head, and everything that I just told you resulted in the victim being on the left side of the aisle, being Democrats, you would then see a completely different story. It would be the #1 story, and it wouldn't just be the #1 story for a day. It would be the #1 story for an entire cycle.
I'm going to start with the former congressman first on this. I want to get your take on this, because this was a point that I brought up yesterday. If this had happened, for example, to AOC, I imagine the reaction would be completely different. So your thoughts on how
100%. So remember, Rand Paul also we could add to the list when he was attacked in his backyard. But also remember when Republicans were leaving the Republican convention at the White House and the nasty, vile, threatening folks that were outside the White House? That happened. Remember when Senator Sinema was followed into the bathroom and Joe Biden was like, well, that's just part of politics. Here's the deal. The left, by their silence, condones violence. And again, violence happens on all sides of the aisle. But when it happens on the right, we call it out. They have no home on the right if they behave in a violent way. The left, when they brush over it, you're going to get more violence. And so Lee Zeldin's right to go, hey, we should call this out, everybody, because it might have just been, a Hello Kitty knife that was coming at me. But someone is going to get hurt. Someone's going to die. And again, the left's going to be accountable for it.
Yeah, actually, the kind of weapon that he was using, it was a plastic and it goes into your fingers. Those are actually really hard to get away from suspected attackers in a situation that's so chaotic like that. But obviously, the GOP came out and said, we have a problem with bail laws. We have a problem letting this guy out on the streets. And so this is a bigger issue, not just of how the media is handling it, but also bail reform and whatnot. David.
All right, so I'm going to take 2 different views of this. We've all seen the video, and he's not wrong on the substance of how this should be dealt with from a point of charge, and whether it was coming at him or anyone else. On the other side of this, you're running for governor of New York, so let me give a little advice and push back on Lee on this. Talk about the issue. Talk about the issue of cashless bail. Focus on that issue. Let's face it, people are looking for leadership, so the image he puts out there is also important. And this guy didn't charge at him at full speed. He didn't thrust at him. He waved it at him. We know what it is, and he easily stiff-armed him, essentially, and they took him down. The guy clearly has problems. He could talk about that, how we solve the problem, but take the issue to what matters to New Yorkers, which is cashless bail and no bail.
But to Jackie's point, it's fair to say that if that happened to AOC, if someone just, did that same action with, again, I didn't mean to minimize it, it was a Hello Kitty looking, thing, but and it could totally slit him open.
But the media has been characterizing it that way, so that is important.
But the point is that if it happened to AOC or Tlaib, the media would lose their mind and conservative Republican violence, and I think that's what Lee's calling out here, and I think that's fair to do that, as well as the cashless bail issue, which truly matters to New York.
Right. No, and I agree with you, but what I'm saying is I expect them to do this with AOC, with Ayanna Pressley, Corey. I expect them to do this, anyone on the left, go nonstop 24/7. We know they're going to do that. What I want us to do is use the issue correctly. Focus on what matters to New Yorkers. Can you imagine if this had been a man stalking his ex-wife or a paramour and went up and did the same thing?
Well,
this would be a different issue.
Can I interject, though? Because this is the problem. This made the news because it's Lee Zeldin. This is what happens, that individuals attacked, regular Americans, a battered wife, an ex-girlfriend, a guy, going up to who he thinks is an opponent in a relationship, and people get hurt, and their attackers are right back out on the street.
And that's the issue.
So this is that. That is the symbolism of this. But when you're minimizing a bit about what this man was about to do, that weapon is meant to punch you in the neck and to get the carotid artery.
It can kill you.
Or to punch you in the face, in the eyes. And that's exactly where his hand was. And as he was being taken down, he kept saying, "You're done. You're done," which indicated his intent. So we know this, and none of that figured in to his release. The fact that the Fed stepped in is helpful. Frankly, I'm surprised even they did. But Americans are also looking at individuals who've now been held because of the January 6th riot for months. If on some issues, the charges are misdemeanors, parading, and this man who attempted to assassinate a sitting congressman was out in, like, not even out. He was never in. This is what the American people, they notice this. They put these connections together, and this is the unfairness. This is what Trump ran on in 2016. The forgotten man and woman who are abandoned by the system.
Yeah.
And I think this is a reminder of why that happened.
It's a great point. And so, you know, some could say it's attempted murder, and they're saying, or the charge was a felony, essentially. But I just want to point out also that he was a 43-year-old U.S. Army veteran. He served in Iraq. Obviously, he had issues. And I think part of what's happening here, too, is not just putting people back on the street too easily, but not helping people with mental illness as well, and not giving those people the treatment, the care that they need. Instead of, you know, maybe you don't incarcerate them, but
maybe it goes to the drug use that's happening in communities is tied to the spike in mental illness. But you're all talking about a good point, which is the cashless bail situation in New York. And the New York Times has come out and said, well, now Republicans are going to jump on this issue and talk about public safety.
Oh,
well, they're talking about
like it's a boogeyman.
Public safety. Listen, there is no public safety in New York. You let people out right away, and to the point, if you're a battered woman and your batterer is getting out and not even being imprisoned for a day, it is incredibly dangerous.
Keep in mind,
but just a final thought on this, if I may.
Hochul's office released his schedule that morning when this happened.
This is why I want them to use the issue properly, to focus on the release, the mental health, the assessment, where he should have ended up. Focus on the issue that matters to people out there, not just on let it be, I was attacked.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's become more the story than cashless bail, no bail, or to your point, what happens when it's a woman that somebody's stalking.
The hypocrisy is important, David.
We're going to have to leave it there. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble.
I don't want you in trouble, Jackie. No,
All right.
I'm in trouble.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.